Hey everyone, thank you so much for tuning back to Urban Tropical. In this quick video, I'm just going to show you how things are looking, and we are pretty much mid-December. In terms of Musa, which I have never ever protected, is just gonna lose its leaves. I know that, and last year I lost a huge stem to harsh winter, but again, zero protection, and everything here you see grew from the root because it's root hardy. So Musa, I would not sweat about it unless you're so much desperate that you don't want to lose height. All this has been grown in the same season, so that's over 6 foot tall. Tetrapanax kind of looking like seeing the effect of the winter, but again, it's a rocket solid plant. If you have seen my previous videos, you know it has invaded my garden and it does not stop. So just to give you a preview, right here I have got another Tetrapanax growing, one over there, one's over here, so none of them are protected. This is just to show you that how tiny they are, and I'm not going to protect them, and I know they're going to make it through the winter. So this one is Princep palm. I have not protected at all. It's quite small, and if the weather go really harsh, I might think of just giving it temporary protection because of the size of the palm. And again, the main reason I wanted to shoot this was about this Ensete. So previously I had a thought of storing this Ensete, and because this one and this one is quite small, just leave them in the ground. And now I am actually so tempted not to store any of those. So I have checked the weather for the next 14 days, and it's going to be not minus anywhere. Okay, made the decision. I'm just gonna dig this one up, store one just in case, and item number A and item number B is going to stay in this place here, and let's see what's the max it can tolerate. So I might die, I'm okay with that, and they only cost like £10 when the spring comes in, so I'm just going to maybe treat them as annuals. The plant surprised me the most here is this one. When I went to garden center, I really loved the look of this one, and it's supposed to be only evergreen, not in harsher weather. Actually, you can see it doesn't have much winter damage. It's still looking pretty good. I mean, I don't know if it will survive without any winter protection. I just wanted to take the chance because I love the way the flowers look. It just looks amazing, and the foliage looks so tropical. In terms of actually there is one alocasia which I have not protected, so I'm just going to cut this bit here, and I'm planning to put a lot of dried leaves I can find around, so just to give it kind of mulch. So I really want to see if this alocasia will survive outdoor. I have stored one indoor, which I will just to show you at the end of the video. That's doing actually great, but again it has taken so much space. So I'm trying this alocasia. It looks like a mammoth size, and this was offspring from the main one which I just planted here, so I will see if it comes back next year. This is another plant which really surprised me. Actually, I thought I might need to protect it even though it was -2 degrees. This one is cordyline emerald. I think it's called emerald green star. It's something to do with emerald. I wish I could find the name again. I just don't remember. Yes, emerald star. And the reason I bought this one because of its huge broad leaves, because all the other cordylines have very kind of a not this wide leaves, and this one has actually not much winter damage other than these old leaves. The other one really surprised me is the dwarf palm. The only thing I would mention is that if you are planning to plant this plant outside, I don't think it grows much. So I planted it I think I planted it last summer. So last winter was the first year here. I mean, it's still growing, but it hasn't really grown much. So in a way it's almost static, and I really wanted it to move. So this plant, I am not actually sure if I will recommend anyone having it unless you are in a much better location than me in terms of winter cold, because if this damage hasn't happened, which is from the last winter, not this one, it might have done something. So I have actually planted it in a really sheltered position. So it's surrounded by bamboos and it's next to fern, and it's got a lot of a canopy, and I have just put a lot of dried leaves there to protect the roots. So I'm still amazed that this is not really recommended plant for outdoor, and it has done really well. And this is the one on my list actually to protect in winter. Again, it hasn't got much damage, and I still don't have any minus degrees forecast for the next 15 days, so I don't feel like protecting anything. Only my ferns have got some winter damage here, you can see, but actually the younger foliage is still beautiful. So all in all, ferns will be the younger ferns will be my worry in case we hit really bad temperatures. And this one will be another one just because of the price tag. I mean, if this wasn't expensive, I don't think I will bother about it. The mistake I have done when I planted this one, actually I did not check my soil how sandy it was, because the more sandy it is, the less water it can retain and better storage it can have. I am not very good that I'm gonna dig it up, pot it up and bring it indoors, because my indoor has taken over with all the variegated musas I have got and colocaceas and alocaceas. It's just I have no space for it, and I don't have greenhouse. And yeah, maybe I will have it in a few years time. Right now plants just die and I just say okay, I will think about it next year. Okay, so I'm just gonna show you now indoors how my plants are doing, the ones I have already dug up. So this one was the very first one I overwintered, which was way, I think somewhere in early November. So this one is Musa CM, and I sprayed actually this one a lot because this one is said, I read on the internet, it's like magnets to spider mites. So I'm just still keeping an eye on it because it's right next to Monstera, and if I have got infestation there, my god, I'm kind of doomed. The next one I have is Colocacia lemon and lime. This one is the new leaf it has put on since I have brought it indoors. So I still keep it quite dry because I'm not trying to grow it, just keep it alive. And this is the new leaf put on by Colocacia Pharaoh's Mask. You can see the size has reduced a lot because there isn't much light, but again I am just keeping it a lot on the drier side, so just keeping it going. I'm not trying to have a new growth on it. This one should now share this one. This is my it's called Monstera marmorata, and I just love it. But anyway, this is the indoor plant, so I'm just moving on to now Colocaceas and Alocaceas again. So this is actually the darkest corner of my kitchen, and where I have planted, this one is a black magic. It will look nothing black about it, but let's see if it can do really well. So this is the stem. The old stems are drying and dying, and this giant thing you see here actually is all the way there. It's an alocasia. It has put on a new leaf, and the leaf is actually quite huge. I am a bit worried that if it doesn't stop growing, I'm just going to have kind of a jungle here right now. And I was so glad that my black magic produced a pup, and which when I dug it up, it kind of did not like the digging, so I have still planted it here like a runner. So I'm really hoping that eventually it's going to put on some new growth and I will have a new plant. So all in all, first time I'm feeling so confident about my alocaceas and colocaceas, which I usually don't do as kind of almost I am actually treating this time like a house plant, which is the safest way for a plant to survive. Given if you are not very good at it, which I'm not really good at storing things in the shed or in the loft, I really don't like the headache of that. But again, if you do have these tender plants and you don't want them to die, you have to do something about it. So because I had the space here, I was kind of saved this year, but next year I might not have a space here, so I really have to think this one through, how I'm going to protect it next year. If you don't want to use a space, dry storage is the best idea, but it didn't work with me, the dry storage I did last year. So I killed my black magic, black ripple, black, all I can think of, and I had to spend money all over again this year. So even though I didn't do much in the garden this year, you will see from my videos I didn't make many, but next year I'm really planning to redo my borders and give it more jungle effect. And but anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I really hope that your plants are doing well. But if I decide to dig up my Ensete, I will shoot a video, or I will just keep a post how it's doing without winter protection. Thank you so much. Bye bye.